Questions of the week. I'm starting this off very giddy because I have just got an email that my flight has been upgraded to business class from Dublin to LA. I get to sit in business class for 11 hours. I am over the moon, like genuinely over the moon. I have been ringing them trying to get an upgrade because the upgrades from Dublin to LA at the minute are €5,000. I wasn't going to pay €50, but I have Abigail's points. If you want to know how that all works, let me know and I'll do a full video on it because I'm very passionate about getting upgraded for free, obviously, because I think we all deserve a wee upgrade. But there's tips and tricks to get it. So that's why I'm over the moon right now. Oh, my friend has just said she can bring me to the airport. I swear, I'm going to Stagecoach, if you don't know. Which is a country music festival in Palm Springs. It's Coachella, but country music in the same venue and everything. I feel like God is really throwing me a bone right now, so I need one. Anyways, we're gonna do get to know me because I posted a few YouTube videos. If you want a good laugh, go back to the very first one. I was in Chicago. I think is it 9 or 10 years ago, and I don't know what was going on there, but she's iconic and I want to be like her. But except for that, I've posted random vlogs. I don't really know how YouTube works very well. I'm not going to pretend to know, but what I do know is content and loving my audience and having a nice relationship with you. So if you want to hit the subscribe button, that'll be very cool because this is the first proper get to know me video, but we're going to do lots more and have many more spicy questions, fun questions. I have put up a poll on my, I don't know if YouTube is like the same as other apps where you're not like, they don't like you saying the name of other apps. I'm going to answer as much of them as I can while we do our makeup because I need to film some content today. I got a new tracksuit. Everything is on or active. I'm obsessed with this little top, but I'll do a full vlog. I'm so excited about the upgrade. I'll do a full vlog, but we're going to do makeup because I feel like with short form content, you don't get to like properly sit down and do your full makeup routine because it just takes too long. But we're doing that right now. I had my eyebrows done today. Because we're prepping for Stagecoach. We're doing this brow gel. I feel like I haven't found the perfect eyebrow combo yet. Oops, would help if I hit my eyebrows. But this is what I'm currently doing. So I'll pop them up. Oh wait, let me get a question for you. I'm just gonna do them in order. How did you grow your platform? I was a COVID baby, as how I like to describe. I started posting on TikTok well actually I had like my own Instagram, obviously, like just like we all have a regular Instagram, but I had such a passion for like I wanted to get out and take photos. I looked up to like content creators like Sinead Haig and people that were like doing it for income. I was like, that's really cool because I'm an actor and I've trained in acting school. I feel like they're very similar industries, the creative industries. I've been using this Maybelline Grippy Primer, but I kind of want to do the Bobbi Brown today. I've been a yo-yo dieter all my life and the people that I were following were like weight loss pages, so I feel like when you create content, you kind of create what you consume. So I had started a weight loss page. It was anonymous and it was called Hungry Hot Mess. And that was on TikTok. I did have a public Hungry Hot Mess, which is still there on Instagram. And it was just like recipes of different food. But the Hungry Hot Mess on TikTok, I started doing like weight loss transformation videos on. I will always use the Charlotte Tilbury. Like you can see, look at that, it's completely destroyed because I scrape every bit. My plan is to get more in Dublin Airport when I'm heading out. Although it was mostly because I try to not use all of my makeup or buy me makeup before I go on a trip because I always overpack. I don't even overpack, I just need so much freaking stuff. So I'm like, well, it's better to bring bits and then when they're done, you can leave them in the country that you flew to and then you've got more room for other things that you might pick up on the way when you're there. But with business class, you get 3 cases. The only issue there could be I am, in fact, I want to use my new brush, bear with. Sculpted by Amy, my favourite brush. They sent me this and their new cream cushion foundation. It's nothing like a new brush, but I haven't tried the cream cushion yet. I'm going to try it tomorrow because I'm going to an event down in Dublin. But anyway, back to, I forget what I was saying. I had to actually watch the video back. Also, this is not like going to be the normal setup. It's actually going to be very grey and weird and ugly looking right now because yeah, so bear with, you know, we're starting this journey together. So day-to-day favourites for foundation-y makeup is this Hourglass Tinted Veil, but I'm actually not leaving the house today, I'm just filming content, so this is so expensive. It really is, so I'm not using that when I'm not leaving the house. So thankfully, my mother has this in the drawer, but I will replace this if I use it all. This is a Tint and Glow in Sculpted by Amy. I'm using the shade 4. So what I was saying, I am flying to LA, then to Palm Springs, then Palm Springs, going back to LA for like a week, and then I'm flying to New York. I've never been to New York. I am so excited. I need all of your LA and New York recommendations, please. If you've like good restaurants, coffee shops, walks, obviously like Central Park, but I think it's like massive and there's certain parts that you're supposed to go to. I don't know. I've never been to New York. I'm so excited. So the issue there is we're flying Spirit Airlines. Don't even. And I booked one case, so I might need to start packing for Stagecoach early now and then see what, because I'm hoping that I can upgrade on the way back as well. Otherwise, it's like stupid to bring extra cases, if that makes sense. Anyway, I'll keep you updated. I'll obviously YouTube the entire travel plans, which is so soon. Okay, back to the questions. Yeah, so Hungry Hot Mess, when I did my weight transformation, one of them went to 25,000 views, and I had my face in the before because no one was watching. I didn't follow anyone on my TikTok and no one followed me, so I didn't really think anything of it. It was just like a creative outlet because I was on furlough in COVID, but it had like 25,000 views. Isn't this like a nice little sheen? And a few people seen it, so I was like, right, you know what, let's just lock into this, and I know I'm gonna do content. But I had done them days in the life of someone losing weight. So for concealer, we have got the Fenty Beauty Under Eye Brightener in Seashell 03 and the NARS Concealer Pot in Medium 1 Custard. Again, this is really good and really heavy duty, which I'll use for like if I have a spot like here, or if I am going out on a night out and I want like a proper concealer locked in situation, but I'm not, so, but that is very highly rated on my routine. This Fenty Beauty I found in literally the bottom of a bag, and I was like, I forgot how much I love this. Oh, it's nearly done. So I did Day in the Lives as Hungry Hot Mess. It's such a lovely engaged community, and it was just like a really positive place until it wasn't. I think weight loss is a very difficult thing to talk about online because it can trigger people that watch, people that create it, you know. So I remember very clearly one incident where I was just doing a normal, it was like a calorie deficit, what I eat in a day, but it was sort of like a day in the life situation. It wasn't like just about the food, it would be me going about Belfast. This was sort of whenever the world had opened up again, and I had gone to Subway with my friend and got the cookies because they're so good. And the way I think I had like 20,000 followers at this point, the way I had worded it was going about the day or whatever, and I was like, so then we got out and got our steps in, and then I had a big dirty cookie that went down like a lead balloon. Everyone was jumping on me saying, how dare I demonize food and blah 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 blah. And I at the time was like terrified. I was young and wasn't used to trolling, obviously, and I felt so embarrassed, so I deleted that video. And I think that's maybe when I changed my name as well to just Abigail, and I stopped posting about food because people were just really mean, and I struggle with eating disorders, so I didn't want to be triggering myself every day with like people being like, you have a problem, you're this and you're that. And like thankfully I'm very healed. I hate saying that just in case you like you know, I think you always struggle with mentally thinking about food, but I definitely am in a very good place. But, you know, I never want to say I'm 100% good because we never know. So I then changed my name to Abigail, to my name, and consistency, like just posting. I don't think there's a secret to it, I really don't. I will say, like, I did social media audits for people, and I don't think it's like some people have it and some people don't. I think some people are willing to be cringe and willing to make the sacrifices and others aren't. Like even specifically if you want to do lifestyle content, like there's people I know that say if there was an event and they're in that growth stage and they're like, oh, I can't do it, I'm gonna have a self-care night, which I rate and I should be more like that. But in my opinion, I'm like, but you want to make contacts because you want to start doing paid collabs and you want to, it's a really good video for you to be putting out there. Yes, it's not paid and yes, it's going to be exhausting. But for me, the people I see that'll do well are the people that pick the more difficult route, to be honest. It's probably toxic, but that's what I did. And yeah, that's my advice on that. Okay, we're using the Mario stick in light medium. The only thing I am unsure about with this stick is this is the brush on the other end. I don't really get it. And I feel like I always try to use it, but then it kind of goes lumpy. But I don't know. I'm not sure if I'm using that right. If anyone has used this before, let me know the trick. Whenever I'm going out for like a proper night out, I do just use a beauty blender because I'm too scared to have it lumpy, but I love anything makeup by Mario. Let's do another question. How did you go about getting an acting agent? Oh, I love this question. Well, I kind of feel like I'm going to save this one for a different YouTube because I have a lot of acting questions just that come into my account day by day. But how I got my very first acting agent is different to how I got my very second acting agent, and the acting agent I have now is my third. It was never the same process for any of them. So if there's any acting questions specifically, although I do already have a list of what people want, let me know, put it in the comments on this video and I'll do a full actors video. I'm not answering that one, it's about something rude. Oh, I just got asked out. Where did you get your backdrop for self-tapes? There's lots of acting things. Cowboy boots for wide, I will answer that where did you get your backdrop for self-tapes on my acting one, but there is actually, I think I've linked it in my link tree if you want to have a look at it there. Cowboy boots for wide calf girls that don't cost a fortune. I don't have wide calves, I have wide feet. So I feel like I have the opposite problem. And I kind of feel like at the minute, the acting industry is really good with getting boots. Or people are now putting time and effort into looking. I'm going to go over with a little bit of concealer now, put the bronzer on. People are looking at widening their range. It's always like a wide calf. It's never a wide fit. So I actually had to sort of wait and get a lot of my boots in Nashville because over there, it's just like the options are so much better. And the boots worked out about $100 each. Because it was buy 3 get 2 free. I was like, Olivia, Annette, sit down. I'm using this too. So I have seen DS Studios do a lot of wide calf options that I have seen. But I'm not gonna lie, I'm not looking for wide calf options, so I wouldn't be the best person to ask about that. But if I do see any, I will definitely let you know, because you need them bad boys to be comfortable. I actually for Stagecoach get like these heel pads because cowboy boots all day is just not for the weak. This is my favorite. This brush is so good. Literally, this is all you need, this brush, honestly. This let me have a little sip. I would like to know what supplement you take for bloating. I'm guessing that's my wife. Or it's him, I don't know. I take JS Health, Detox and Debloat if it's for bloating. I specifically love it if you're travelling. I bloat so much when I'm travelling and they sort you right out. As in, you go straight to the toilet and it's, yeah, I actually get pains when I'm bloated. I don't know if that's normal, but those are the ones that I would use for bloating. Oh, this is the Cash Beauty again, completely rubbed off. Gold Beam highlighter. I really love this and it rubs in so nice if you do it with your fingers. It's just so like natural looking. And I love putting bits here and here. I don't know if that's weird. Okay, questions. How do you get over a situationship heartbreak? Oh no. Oh, you poor thing. Oh, let me tell you something. A situationship heartbreak is worse than a relationship breakup because you question everything. You're like, was it even real? Why did I waste so much time? Let me tell you, I was in a situationship for nearly a year. I know. I don't know what I was thinking. I don't know. Well, I wasn't thinking. Idiot. But okay, I'm so sorry. There's nothing worse than that. Oh, you poor thing. But you know, I actually how I personally got over mine was I went on Reddit. I'm gonna give you a little bit of tea here. Why not? If you're on my YouTube, you deserve a bit of tea. I'm gonna use Beverly Hills, the Merit Blush. I have been using the By Mario Perfect Pink, but I picked this up yesterday and really love it. Picked it up as in from my bedroom, not from the shop. I went on a dating app and I was like, I have to swipe because I cannot get over this boy. I wouldn't even say man. And like, I knew it was weird that I couldn't get over him because he's not my type. And like, looks don't mean everything, but like, they mean something. And he didn't have them, but I couldn't get over him. So I was swiping away on a dating app and I swiped an athlete. I'm not going to tell you what like team because Belfast is a small place and there's not a lot of teams, but it wasn't rugby and it wasn't football. I just feel like I need to say that. It was a different team and I was talking to this man and he was like, oh, do you want to come to my thing that he was playing at? I was like, okay, you know what, yes. So I went with my friend from work, well, he was like my friend outside of work too. So we went and that night I didn't want to go. This guy is 10 times hotter than the other guy. I didn't fancy him. I was still in love with this guy. I did not care. But that night I was meeting your man after his sporting thing and I was filming this on the internet. My YouTube is the place to be. And that's when the situationship that I was in love with was ringing me, texting me, calling, and he had no idea. And he was like trying to get rid of me before this. He didn't care at all about me. Favorite powder, Huda Beauty. I am in Pound Cake. He was ringing, texting, blah blah, but I was so focused on like, then this guy I realised was actually quite fit and I was like, oh my gosh. So I remember I went to the thing and I had like jumper and jeans on because I wanted to be casual, like didn't want to be try hard. So I had a jumper and jeans on, but then underneath the jumper I had a corset on so that whenever we were meeting after to go for a drink, I'd be like, oh, I'm just gonna take off my jumper. And then I was like, because it was a Saturday night, so that I would be like Saturday night ready. So yeah, that is honestly what got me over it. And here's the real tea about that. Wait, should I say it? I feel like you might figure out who it is. Well, you probably won't. But yeah, something else happened that night with this person that if you want to know, let me know in the comments and we'll do a video on love life because that whole era was was crazy. Okay, so yeah, unfortunately, I feel like, because I actually then did start to get over the other boy. I will say I went back to him for like a week or two, but I realised there's so many more fish in the sea and like what was I doing with someone that genuinely didn't care if I was alive or dead. So you can do it. I know you can. It is really hard and you just have to hold on tight, but bless your whole life. I'm sorry you're going through that. It's awful. Right, we're going to do Victoria Beckham. I need sharpened. I've never sharpened these before and that kind of gives me the fear in case I wreck them. So no better time to try than on YouTube. I have two Victoria Beckhams. I have, this is the cacao or cocoa. It's a nice cool dark brown, and then the cinnamon is probably my favourite one, to be honest. It's like a lighter, maybe I'll do the cinnamon now actually. Right, let's see if Victoria sharpens well. Yeah, that's the kind of colour there, if you can see, of the cacao one. And then let's sharpen cinnamon. These are expensive, but they're really worth it, I'm sorry. Yeah, can you see it has like a little sheen of glitter. Let me get a question while I'm doing my eyes. This is fun. Please put more questions in this. Running motivation, I'm so nervous to start. Ooh. There's loads of questions here. Listen, if you followed my running journey, you'll see I was never motivated. The issue I had was I had posted online. Actually, maybe this is exactly what you should do. Because I posted online and actually on TV that I was running a marathon, the Belfast Marathon, and I'm from here, I had no choice. I couldn't let my pride and my ego not complete that. So I had that's what motivated me, was the embarrassment of people being like, oh, she obviously wasn't capable. But what I will say is I never put pressure on myself to do it in a certain time or anything at the marathon. Now, I haven't run a marathon since, and I don't know if I ever would. Look how pretty that is. I just think it's so nice. And it has these Victoria Beckham things have a little like smudgy in the end. Well, I think when you start, you'll get a little bit of motivation, and then for me anyway, it always dips. What is really helpful if you don't want to play the mental game is buy yourself something new, like running trainers or a nice running top, even like try different running gels if you're doing long distances, like just something, or a new water bottle, something to give you motivation to get out, because I'm the same, I get bored of things as well, which is why I don't run at the minute, because I got so bored of it training for the marathon. But it is such a feel good thing after, and I must get out for a few runs. This is the Sephora eyelash curler, and it is so good. I actually think I'm booking in for an LVL for my stagecoach prep, and I've never had one before, so I'm a bit nervous, but we shall see how that looks. I'll do all of my beauty treatments vlog as well. This is the Sculpted by Amy mascara in black. Again, it's nearly empty, so it's not as good as it normally is, but it's such a nice clean cut mascara. I love using it for auditions because it's not like thick, which I know sometimes for like a night out you want a real thick, clumpy, heavy looking lash, but for auditions and day to day I don't really. So this is what I'm using in black. I have used it in brown before and I love it. One of the other questions I seen there that I was like reacting to was someone said about your faith. Let me get a specific question now. How's your faith and walk with God? And then the one opposite is, or well, like parallel down, how did you become a Christian? So I'll answer those both at once. I became a Christian I grew up in the church, like, since I came out of the womb, but I officially gave my life to the Lord whenever I was at CEF camp. I was 9 years old, and I remember being, like, embarrassed that I was 9 years old because everyone around me was telling stories about how, like, whenever they were 3 years old, they, like, spoke to their parents about giving their life to the Lord, and I was like, I'm such a late bloomer. But I have feelings about that because I'm glad that I did at the time, but I would also say I didn't fully understand, and I think every day for me anyway, I can only speak for myself as a Christian, I learn something new every day about my walk with God and in my faith and my Bible time, my quiet time. I'm using this L'Oreal, I must be heavy handed, everything I have is rubbed off. It's a L'Oreal, it was like £8, precision brow thing. Now they were tinted today, so I don't really need too much, but so that's when I officially became a Christian. But I would say, to be honest, I lived a double life of going to church on Sundays and being out hammered on Saturday nights in Belfast. So I feel like the last couple of years is where I have really, really leaned into my faith, and it's just everything to me. Like, I don't know how people, I never Bible bash or anything, but I just wish people could understand the peace and the joy that you get with having a faith. And also, like, and this is not something you probably should say, but life is just better. Like, I got upgraded for free today. God has favourites. I'm sorry, okay? I'm not a preacher, and that's probably not an appropriate thing to say, but like, my life is great because I am a Christian, and because God wants his children to have a nice life. Now, what I will say is I never used to understand when people were like, when you're with Christ you'll be free, because at the time, like, I'm talking like teenagehood, you weren't supposed to drink, you weren't supposed to, wear short skirts and blah blah blah, and I just was like, it doesn't feel very free. But now I get it, because I understand that Christ died for me. Like, there was a few things I've been doing recently that I'm not happy with myself. I shouldn't have been doing them, and I just felt sinful about it, and I was like putting off doing my quiet time because I was like, I'm embarrassed and I don't want to face the wrath of God, and I don't want to I was just embarrassed. So I was doing my quiet time, and I used an app. Well, I use a few different things, but one of the apps called, I think it's just called Holy Bible. It's on the App Store. It's free to download, and it does like every day, like a morning routine thing, or not routine, a morning prayer time thing. Well, I do it in my morning routine. You do it any time of the day, and it was about how Jesus died for you, so you are forgiven no matter what. You are supposed to live to please God, but we are human. And I think it's important that we remember, oh, this is turning into a preaching session. I think it's important that we remember we're not perfect and we're never going to be, but we should strive to be our best version. So that's very freeing, that I am forgiven, and I need to stop being bold. I'm going in with more blush. I think there's quite a lot more questions, but I think, well, my face is nearly done. Oh, my TikTok shop parcel's arriving. So the bikinis for Palm Springs. Favorite things to do in Nashville? Everything. I'll finish on that question. Where's my favorite? Here. We're doing road stretch liner. Oh my gosh, I've obviously put some of the sharpenings right across my face. Oh well. Pretend it's freckles. Broadway in Nashville, we weren't there that long, to be honest, so we didn't get to do much. I would love to go back and hire a car, but what we did that I loved was we did the tractor like booze cruise thing. It was so funny. It was just hilarious, and like everyone was Irish on it. It was great crack. And then obviously Broadway, my favourite is Posties. It had just opened like the weekend before we went, Post Malone's bar. It was amazing. It's like linked to Jason Aldean's. We also went to Target. I just love Target. I'm so excited to go back to America. So stretch liner, I don't really use this bit, but for now, because I'm just going to use Salty Tan for road. I will say my lip products change basically every day, my lip combos, because I'm addicted to buying lip combos. But as I said, I'm just floating about the house. This does not need to be anything wonderful. So here endeth the vlog. I will set it with this waterproof setting spray. Oh, also Nashville, boot shopping and cowboy hat shopping, even though I didn't buy a cowboy hat because I was too scared. I didn't really know what to buy. But I am going to a gifting suite in LA. No, yes, in LA, well, Palm Springs, with Rancher Hat Bar, who I think is a big one in Nashville. And yeah, I'll take you with me. That's the one size waterproof setting spray. I hope you enjoyed that. I am loving doing long form and just talking properly to you. Promise I'll have a better lighting setup the next time. Well, I mean, it doesn't really matter to you. You don't really care. I care because I look grey and weird, and you can see this entire upstairs bathroom. Nobody needs to see this. Anyway, here you are. So like and subscribe. I've always wanted to say that. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.